Hi, this is Ethan, and you're on my side of the room. So I recently did a Hartke bass amp review, and if you missed it, well, then go watch it and come back and watch this. Because I'm going to be talking about something that's infinitely inferior, but there's a reason why you would even want this at all. Now, I said in that video, I got my one amp and I don't need any more amps at the end. Well, that wasn't entirely accurate. And the reason being is that I now have, or I have had, this. And what this is a JOYO Ma-10B, right? Or is it OB? I think it's 10B because it's a 10 watt amp. It's battery powered if you want. It can also run on a 9-volt cord. Not shown, but available. I mean, like it came with it. It's I believe an 8-inch speaker. I did not. I believed incorrectly. This has got a 4-inch speaker and then this port of some sort. Not a lot going on the top. Literally volume, tone, gain, overdrive, yes or no, and input, and headphones and aux. All right, so I was talking about don't do aux on the Hartke. You can do aux on this. Whatever you're auxing into this, these knobs will have zero effect on it whatsoever. It'll just be the raw aux signal in. But this is such a quiet amp that you can kind of turn up your aux device and not, first of all, blow this up, and you're not going to blow up, say, your apartment and piss off your neighbors. Depending on what you're doing with it, they're probably going to think you're listening to your stereo and it's very bassy. But beyond that, they're not going to think, well, he's playing his bass again. It's just going to sound like some sort of muddled something or other. The thing I like about this, let me demonstrate. Very, very portable. It has 6, right now, rechargeable AA's in it, reasons. I haven't had to charge them yet, but this is getting a lot of bounce out of just the one set of rechargeables. What I use this for is that we have 2 TVs, so I always point to the one that you can't see when I'm sitting next to it. There's a TV to my left as I face you now. In the next room, there's another TV. And like say at lunchtime, I'll be playing along to jam tracks on YouTube. And rather than fart around in here, because I want to stay close to my work computer and shake the mouse so the screen doesn't go black, and all that whole sort of business, or check for instant message and all that sort of stuff. So I want to stay close to it even though I'm on lunch. So this amp was a nice little solution. And I've got this crazy cheap used. That's the reason I got it. If I was to buy this new, this wouldn't be here if that was the case. The reason being is that this retails somewhere in the neighborhood of 60 to 70 to 80, depending on what retailer or what store, like even Amazon that you're looking at. I got this for 30 used in, we'll say, very good condition. If not, it's not mint, but it was just sitting on a shelf literally collecting dust because the guy who bought it thought he was going to use it and then kind of didn't. So sure, why not near mint, but it's not used like someone's been beating on it. It's just not new. So it's very dusty is I think what I'm getting at. Well, anyway, let's go over the actual features of this, and then I'll turn it on and we'll listen to how it actually sounds. It's not saying much as to how it actually sounds. So if you're looking for some amazing, like it's going to make you feel it in your guts as you're playing, no, that's not this amp. You're talking about this amp. So if you want that, you want that. But if you want just portable, hear yourself instead of just farting around with a bass, then my neighbors are leaving, by the way, nice. Then this is a good option. All right, so like I said, not lots to show you, enough that I don't even need to move the camera. The volume, even as you turn it up, does not get very loud. the tone is about on par with my Donner P bass. So not a lot of range tonally. It's just sort of treble or not. And then finally the gain knob. The gain knob does one of two things. If things are getting wimpy here and you're just not really hearing yourself at all out of this thing, then again, it has nothing to do with aux. We're talking about you're actually plugged in and playing. Then turning up the gain can help bring some presence to it to boost up that volume. But then the higher you go, you will start to get distortion. Not like metal distortion, but just like, again, crunchy edges as you go up. Now there is an overdrive channel for that. Why? I don't quite get why that's there, but I don't use it. I mean, I'll demo it because I want to be thorough, but you'll kind of hear it when I get into it, like, what's even the point? All right, I'm going to zero everything out, and I'm going to go set it down, like not even plug it in, I'll just set it down. And then we'll look at what's going on. In fact, I'm going to set it right here, because why not? All right. So let's turn the camera. In fact, let's really turn the camera. All right, try that. There we go. Okay, so there's our JOYO. Let me back out so I can show off my Star Wars collection and some of Jamie's nail polish. So, quick tune-up. I'm just going to let this run and edit it later. All right, in goes the wireless. I'm using the Donner again. Turn on the amp and the little JOYO will light up. I'm actually kind of doing this in reverse order. I would normally turn the wireless on and then turn the amp on. It's not like it's going to make a loud pop. Loud just isn't the word for this amp. All right, so let me do about mid-tone on the bass. Right now you hear nothing because everything's turned down. All right, let's go halfway volume on the amp. I can barely hear it. And I'm standing 3 feet away. Compared to just me plucking the strings, which you probably hear through the phone monitor as well, or the phone mic. There's at least bass noise coming out of the amp, so you know I'm doing it. All right. So now let's go 3/4 volume. Like I said, everything is turned down except for the volume. Nothing really changed. So from here, halfway, to here was like 3 decibels. All right, let's crank the volume. I just gained like 2 more decibels. If your neighbors don't like that, then you've got like terrible neighbors. It's so not loud. So it kind of begs the question, like, then why do I even have it? Other than I got it for cheap. All right, so now first let's bring the tone to half, because maybe just having it toned down to nothing wasn't really helping. Getting a little more clarity, but beyond that, it didn't really do a lot for the sound as far as like boosting it. And now I've turned the tone all the way up. So now it's kind of thin. So let's go half again. All right, so now it's time for the secret weapon. Now we're going to start bringing the gain up to 25%. Yeah, now you hear it. You don't feel it because you're never gonna. It's not that kind of a speaker or that kind of an amp. but you definitely can hear yourself. It's not really breaking up overdrive wise yet because we're not to that point. So we'll go halfway on the gain. You're starting to hear some like more reliably. All right, bring the gain up even more. This is kind of like a very mild fuzz pedal at this point. But it definitely boosts it up where you can hear yourself more. But again, the risk is the higher you go. Now it's completely maxed. Even more of a fuzz pedal at this point. Let's bring the gain down. Let's say 25%. Now I'm going to do the overdrive. And nothing really happened. Let's bring it up halfway. You get more of a fuzzy tone off the bat at half than I got without it. Here it is without. Here it is with. So there. Again, if you really want some kind of fuzzy tone like you're doing Black Keys, or whatever. It's been a while since I played the Black Keys, but yeah, I mean, you're going to want the fuzzy edge to it if you're doing something like that. But really, truly, you're probably going to use a fuzz pedal and then an amp. You're not going to use this to do that. Anyway, that's enough about the overdrive channel. Again, I don't think it's that big of a help. So there. All right, so one other thing about this. I'm using a passive bass. And let's not tell when I can show. All right, so here I am with my passive bass, right? Time to shift gears, and let's really open this thing up here. I'm going to turn this off for a sec. All right, shift time. If you want more oomph, then yeah, like I mean, just brought the bass all the way up about, shook the shelving in. So about, not daytime, but about halfway up to full. Anyway, so the JOYO amp is completely serviceable. It's just, you wouldn't gig with it. It has strap buttons to wear it like you're busking or whatever. And I guess so. I don't know how excited I am about the prospect of standing there on a street somewhere and playing the bass through that. I just don't know how audible I'm going to be. And like if I turn up, you heard, like literally heard, if I turn things up, it starts to really distort up fast. So, but for home practice, that's the thing. This is a practice anywhere amp, and I mean anywhere. So it's a nice to have. Because I bought it used for $30, that's why I got it. So it was like, yeah, I recognized the need in my own life. It was like, yeah, you know, I'm out here in the other room. It would be really nice to not have to carry the amp back and forth because I like to leave it plugged in until it's time to move it to gig. So it was just a nice little option to just pick it up and play it. Also nighttime, Very nice for that. If I want to hear myself and I'm sick of wearing headphones or whatever is going on, it's nice to just be able to plug it in. It'd be like 11:30 at night, and the volume is low enough that I'm not really bothering anybody. Now, honestly, the closer to midnight I'm getting, the less likely I'm going to be playing audible anything, up to and including just watching TV. And we do have headphones for the TV when it comes to that. But anyway, that's the deal with the JOYO Ma-10B. Not great, but not, you know, great for home practice. And there's all those little dinky little nonsensical amps. Of the bunch, I think this is a completely fine, serviceable home practice unit, but I wouldn't get anything less than this. And therefore I did. So, keep playing, keep learning. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time.